Welcome to Life Unscripted Adulting Uncovered, the podcast for anyone out here doing their best to grow, heal, and not totally lose it in the process. I'm your host, Brennan, and if you ever felt like the only adult still figuring it out, don't worry, you're not alone. This is the place for you. Let's stop pretending and start talking. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Life Unscripted Adulting Uncovered. I've been traveling this last week, and I made an observation while I was traveling. You know, no matter where you go, no matter what part of the world you're in, we all seek this universal need to connect. And people, we want to be in a relationship. And there's so many different types of relationships nowadays. But, you know, in this podcast and on this channel, we talk about building equitable relationships based on trust, transparency, and being your most authentic self. Because we want to show up as our best self in all relationships. And if you're looking for a relationship this year in 2026, I'm going to tell you how to find one. My answer is not going to be some profound thing that you have never heard before. It's very, very simple. Just stop looking for it. Stop seeking it so hard. And I could probably end this podcast right now, but I got to give you a little bit more meat on the bones. And I know it sounds backwards, but just hear me out. Let me state my case. So many of us are in this constant mission to become the perfect version of ourselves. More self-help books, more podcasts like Life Unscripted Adulting Uncovered, or your other favorite podcast, more therapy, more work on yourself, more Tony Robbins, more whoever your guru is that you like to go to. And we think that if we can reach that perfect version of ourselves, then finally we'll be ready. None of that's bad. You should grow, you should heal, you should work on yourself, and we are constantly in a state of evolution. We will never, ever get there. Life is a journey. But somewhere along the way, growth, it turns into desperation. And we think our life is not possibly going to be complete unless we have that special someone in it. And then dating, it turns into this performance or it's an act, and it's this need to be liked and accepted, and you're not choosing. You no longer have the power in your quest. See, when you're actively searching for love in a needy way, what you're often doing is really you're trying to fill a gap. And when you come from a place of lack, we lose power in our quest for love. But when we come from a place of abundance, a full life, full friendships, knowing thyself, knowing what we want, people feel that. And they may not know it in that moment, but they're attracted to it. And so in 2026, I want to urge you to stop chasing love and start building towards it. How do we do that? We do that by building a life with purpose, building routines that we enjoy, making small daily choices that add up to a life that has meaning, building friendships, hobbies, interests, and a sense of meaning that exists with or without a partner. See, when your life feels full, you'll stop clinging. In that need, it will feel less. And when you stop clinging, you stop being needy. And when you stop being needy, you start to become a magnet. And that's the shift. When we start to attract rather than chase. So you'll stop asking yourself stuff like, do they like me? And you'll start asking yourself like, do I like this life I'm living? Does this person fit into my life? How can we make a long-term equitable partnership? Now we're choosing instead of chasing. And see, attraction, it isn't about having this perfect body and you have this job and you're $10 million a month and your Instagram feed is perfect. It's about energy. It's about how we show up. And so people, they often don't know what they like about someone else until weeks or months have passed by and they get to know this person and they say, well, this person makes me feel like this because of that. You know, maybe it's like, hey, well, he makes me feel this way because he is constantly tending to my needs or whatever it is for you, right? Maybe it's, you know, this person brings me flowers and that makes me feel special, or he's opening doors for me. Or, you know, as a guy, you might say that, you know, she makes me feel like a man because, you know, she's there to support me, you know, whatever that is for you, right? There's so many different types of languages that mean something to someone else that we will interpret as love and something that we base our need and our reliance on this person for, or where we see their value. People are drawn to someone who has direction, someone who enjoys their life, someone who isn't trying to be chosen, but they are doing the choosing. See, when we move through our life knowing what we want and we have a rich life, we have a fulfilled life, we are starting to be the ones that are doing the choosing. We stop doing the chasing. Think about this. If you are unhappy alone, you're going to be just as unhappy with someone else. A relationship is not going to fix you and make you feel better. It's going to distract you temporarily. Love in 2026 finds you when you're becoming someone you respect and love, when you're doing things that make you feel alive, when you're living and you're not just waiting on this special person to show up. I want to urge you to stop refreshing dating apps like it's something you have to do, like it is your job, and stop treating love like it's this missing piece to the puzzle you call life. See, when you build a life you don't want to escape from or build a life that you really, really love, you'll start watching how love shows up, not because you chased it, but because you finally made room for it in your life. So guys, this is a really quick one. I will end there. My name is Brennan. This is Life Unscripted, Adulting Uncovered. Remember, you do not lead perfect love. You just need an honest connection. I will catch you next time. Take care.